Welcome to Half Read, where the books are optional, but the cocktails are required. Today's episode, The Purple Haze, after the book The Color Purple by Alice Walker, we'll be discussing a lot of stuff. And we're preparing our chat today with the cocktail, The Purple Haze. And this was lovingly crafted by our very own Lisa.
And delicious.
Yes. And contains vodka with Crème de Violette.
Keep in mind, I think so. But keep in mind the photo that I have posted.
You got to check out the photo, guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
But when you make it might not be as purple. You got to use a lot of Crème de Violette.
Right.
At your own
in order
risk.
to make it really purple.
Let Lisa's be your example, I think, because it's delicious.
I think it was perfect.
But it's good, yeah.
It's absolutely delicious. Yeah. And thank you for finding it.
Yes. The cocktail along with the mocktail. Don't forget for those who...
Exactly.
You know.
For those who are not inclined, as we are. But I think the good descriptors for the cocktail are bold, vibrant, and frankly, unapologetic.
Yeah.
And that's just like Alice Walker's novel, right? Yes. When you think about the themes in the novel, resilience, finding your voice, a sisterhood. Like, I don't think anything, quite frankly, applies more to the three of us,
We have
right?
sisterhood, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And how do we go about empowering each other to find our voices? And I think that very much reflects a lot of, you know, what was in the book. And to be 100% clear for everyone, didn't read the book. I watched the Oprah Winfrey movie like a long time ago.
Staying true to who we are.
Let's not pretend that we read the book.
Read it? Anybody?
I watched the movie.
Did you read the book?
I watched the movie, and Oprah was great. And she was amazing.
Oh, I love Oprah.
There's two. I didn't even know there was two.
A newer version later.
Yeah.
Recently.
But obviously the content and the material stays very relevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Focus on the theme. That's
Exactly.
what we do.
That's what we want to do.
With a cocktail in your hand or a mocktail, as you so choose. But find a group of friends, dig in, and just, think about what makes you a stronger person. What helps you find your voice? And for you guys out there listening to us, it is this core group of ladies here at the table for me. You guys do it for me all day long, every day. The things we talk about that we can't repeat on air.
Everyone, there is a period of pre-discussions.
There's always a pre-show before the show that we do not record.
We should so record
Ask us about it. Yeah. Ask us about it sometime.
I mean, maybe, but
stay tuned.
Exactly.
We'll get that that posted.
But I think
but finding your voice.
Yeah.
That's what today's about, and sisterhood. And sometimes I feel like it's, I don't know, like finding your voice is not just. It just doesn't happen. And
when
I feel
when do you think you found yours?
Well, I still feel like I'm finding it.
Yeah?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel. But, like, it doesn't happen. I feel like it happens over your lifetime. And you go in and out of it. And I feel like there's some times when I feel like I've had my voice and I've been able to, like, feel empowered and feel good and feel like, just engaged in that sense. But then there's those moments where you feel like you lose your voice a little bit, and you don't feel as like good about things, right? And I feel like that's just life. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down.
Seasons.
So,
yes. All the different seasons that you go through. Yeah. And I think as you go through them, you decide, I guess the first question is what is my voice? What do I want it to look like, sound like? How loud do I want it to be? And it can be very intimidating when you think, oh, this is what I want to say, but what are going to be the consequences of me saying that? And I think, I do feel like as a woman, it's, and in the positions that we've held, whether professionally, also as mothers, as wives, girlfriends, all the things, we always have to question, is this okay?
Is it too much? Is it not enough?
Exactly. So, I think when we think about when we can find the voice, it is also a question of maybe it's more of a question of when are we ready for the consequences of that voice? Good or bad? Good or bad? Am I ready to let whatever flood in that is going to come as a result of speaking this way? I think that's, for me, that's when I've been able to say, okay, now I'm going to speak up, you know, and
you always say the good stuff. Like, I mean, honestly, though, I think what you're saying is very meaningful, because when I think about, you know, listening to you too, Lise, we go through cycles in our lives where it's like, okay, you know what? I had a team of 100 people and I was the boss and I made the decisions and what I said, blah, 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 this and that. Like, my voice was very different in meetings. I could command a room. I sat down. I knew, hey, I'm the one, blah, blah, blah. Then you take on another role. And now all of a sudden you're not that voice anymore, and you're back in more of, like, I won't say a subjugated type of role, but you're not in the power position anymore, shall I say. And then it's like, wait a second, I'm the one that's, you know, supposed to be making the decisions. I'm used to running these meetings. Who am I again? And then I'm like, wait a second, I have to check in with someone else for this? Oh, crap. So I feel like it's that way professionally for us. And maybe even sometimes just naturally in our relationships too, right? Like, it's a cycle with our partners also. Like, there's times where I'm like, no, babe, I need this and I need this and I need this. And then there's times where I really want 2 or 3 things done, but I see he's not in a place for me to boss him around at the moment. And I'm like, I mean, tell us, Leia.
No,
Tell us how you really feel about that one.
I love you.
I know.
Just remember, I love you, even though I want to smother you with a pillow right now. Yeah.
It's knowing, though. It's like, again, the seasons, the ebbs and flows of, like, knowing when to be in your voice and then when to, like, all right, I recognize I need to step back, let them, you know.
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
I think that also comes with age, too.
Yep. No.
Some people never have it.
No,
and
it's
a
true.
work in progress, I think, for me, for sure, still.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it's hard. It's hard to figure that out, and sometimes, you know, it's the question of what inspires us, what encourages us, what are kind of our triggers to know when we should be speaking up, you know, and yes, who are those people that do that for us, encourage us? What are the situations, you know, that would encourage us to speak up, and also to advise us, you know, it's time to kind of be a little quieter or to at least change the voice, you know. And I think that's, especially as women, I think that's also because I think on both sides of things is when I'm, you know, maybe not being what some may think a louder voice or a stronger voice, is that the right word, or is it just what's appropriate, what's needed in that time, right? And what is it that guides us and inspires us, encourages us in our voices?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, I think of, yes, different situations, but I think of culturally how that has been shaped. I come from a West Indian family, matriarchal, you know, society and upbringing heavily. So there were a lot of very strong female voices as I was growing up. Aunts,
Mothers.
Let me start with my mom. I don't know why I didn't say her first. The strongest voice I will ever know. Aunts, grandmother, my sister, just so many strong women who were such leaders of the household that, you know, I looked up to, but at the same time, seeing those times when, they were a little quieter and had to encourage those around them and use their voice in a different way. You know, not always to be so, I guess, dominant. You know, at times they did have to let others take the lead. So I think culturally that definitely shaped my voice, even obviously from the way that I am with my family, but also in the way that I am at my work. It really helped shape that a lot.
How would you say you're different now in your 40s versus what you were like in your 20s as a newly minted doctor, right? Or even in your 30s. How have the last, say, 10 or 15 years sort of shaped that voice?
Yeah, no, I think that for sure as we get older, and you guys are probably even better to to say, but, you know, as we're getting older, I think that we build a confidence and and maybe even more so a comfort.
That's a better
in
word.
our voice.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? Is that we're like, this is me. Yeah. This is what you're gonna get. And if you don't like it,
oh wow,
it's an oh well. Yeah.
It's like when you forget to shave your legs before you go to bed, and you're like, sorry,
oh well.
Exactly.
Too bad. So sad. Not happening.
But it's true. 'Cause I feel like I didn't think about it when I was in my 20s.
For sure.
Right? Like I would never have thought about this type of conversation or just this in-depth thought of what my voice was and all of that. Whereas like now I feel like I think about it. Or as I grew, I feel like I thought about it more. I observed it more. And I felt like I was always this type of person who would observe people's voices and how they were and would just kind of gauge myself of like, well, how am I compared to that? And how do, you know, seeing somebody maybe command a room a little bit more than I was ever able to, or maybe I need to be more like that because I see how they're able to, you know, hold the engagement of people better than maybe I have. And I feel like you grow within that, or you start to like play around with your voice as you grow. Yeah. And then you get to the fuck it moment of like, well, I don't care. This is who I am, and this is my voice, and you know,
that moment feels wonderful, doesn't it?
Screw it.
Can I just also point out I was not the first one to swear tonight. It wasn't just a swear; it was the F word too. Like that's a good one, Lisa. I'm rubbing off on you. I'm so happy.
Channeling my inner Meg because I think you mentioned fuck it last time, and I'm like, yes, I love that.
I'm just playing around. But you're 100% right.
Right? Like
you are. Yeah. Like you reach this moment of
fuck it.
I mean, that's the honest to goodness, it's the only way to say it. It's fuck it. And I care. Okay, do you guys remember, this is going to date me as I'm in my about to turn 50th year.
29.
But fried green tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And the Kathy Bates character, when she's in the parking lot and she pulls into, I think we talked about this before. She pulls into the parking space and like rams the girl, like the young girl's car out of the way who pulled in front of her. And she's like, oh my God, are you crazy? And she's like, I'm older and I have more insurance. That is, to me anyway, the embodiment of fuck it. And you're like, you know what? Screw you. You can do what you think is important to you at this point in your life, but I have perspective. And I think maybe what it is not necessarily finding our voice so much. Maybe it's there all the time in terms of like who we are as individuals, but it's actually the perspective of when to interject and when to hold back. Because I find myself a lot at times questioning, did I share too much there? Did I not? Did I? Like, you know what? At the end of the day, I can always say I'm true to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm always at least trying to be a good human. Trying being the operative word. But at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like if we are at least aware of how we are coming across. But I'll tell you something, and I would love you guys' thoughts on this. Our kids have no problem with their voice. Like my daughter, like I, at let's say 40, wish I had half the voice that my daughter does now at 14. Yeah. She's like, Mom, no, I told him, blah, 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 and this and that. And no. I'm like, she doesn't hesitate for a hot second.
Yeah.
To let people know what her opinion is.
Were you like that when you were
No, God, no.
I was super shy.
Yeah.
I would not speak up. I would not. It wasn't until probably in my 20s, like after college, that I really started to feel like I had a voice. I feel like, and I don't know if it was because the way I grew up too, because I had a lot of very strong, dominant women in within our full family too, that and then you also grew up in the, kids are to be seen, not heard, all of that, right?
Yep.
Our generation.
Yeah. So I feel like I never said a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess I was just curious, like, were you like that when you were younger?
No. And you know what? It's funny that you guys both have very strong female role models.
Yeah.
Mine, opposite.
Oh, really?
No. So my mother, so there's two sides of it. Yes, my mother was ferocious. Like if somebody screwed with her kids, she would be like out there rabidly saying whatever she could to defend and protect. A lot of it was not based in fact. It was based in what she thought had happened. Like there was sometimes I got into some shit and my mom had an idea of what happened, may or may not have been influenced by what I told her about what happened, but she would like stick up for you like nobody's business, right? But then when it came to, is the laundry done more? Is this done? Is dinner done? Is dinner ready? Is, all of this stuff. Like my mom was the very conventional person. Like she cooked the dinner, she served the dinner. Then, my dad and my brothers got up after, and then my mom and I cleaned up and we put everything away. Like it was very much that conventional. Yeah. And I feel like my mom had a voice for things where, she was, Irish like me. She's like, I'll beat your ass within an inch of your life if you mess with my kids. But when it came to sticking up for her, it was like, she really didn't have a voice. Yeah. Versus me where, you mess with my kids, dude, you're done.
Yeah.
But outside of that motherly sort of, mama bear instinct, it's more like when you're in the doctor's office and you're treating patients and you're seeing, and when you're at work and you've got your team and you're guiding everything that you're guiding, like having that confidence in yourself from a intellectual standpoint versus like a passion. Does that make sense? Like I feel like my mom was all heart and like just misguided at times, like just driven, but didn't have that intellectual backing for it. Whereas you both have such intellectual capacity to back up anything and everything that you would share. And it's like, how do you find that impetus to step forward in a room full of men or other women that may be intimidating to you and actually say what you want to say because you have that confidence in yourself that, hey, I'm smart too.
Well, here's the thing. Like, to that point, I don't know how you feel about that, but I would always feel more comfortable in a room of men than I would ever feel in a room of women.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like right?
I think that's so. I'm so glad you brought that up because that's part of this discussion too. Is the sisterhood and the trust in that, and why is it that? Why? And I could not agree more that I'm always, even whether it's from my colleagues or even the patients that I see in seeing men and in seeing, I get that ferociousness that you talk about and that comfort and confidence to speak up the strongest amongst men.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you feel more comfortable?
I don't know if it's comfort because at the same time I do feel that I've always formed good relationships with my mom and my sister and friends, the two of you and even at work my nursing team and other female physicians I've worked with, I haven't had a problem, but sometimes I wonder if it's that I already feel the need to speak loud, right? And I almost come, as they might say, more correct, and ready because I know what you're getting ready to do, and so I'm going to come even stronger and feel even more ready. I don't know. I wonder if it's a bit of that, because those listening, I'd love to hear because as soon as you said it, immediately my feeling was yes. Yeah. Yes.
I've just always felt more comfortable. Like, I didn't feel, I guess, I don't know if it's weird, I didn't feel as intimidated, which is weird, right? You would think you would feel a little bit more intimidated, but I never, and maybe I'm the outlier, I don't know. But just within my career, I always felt more comfortable in being myself and being able to speak about what I think or, direction and all of that, like with my male colleagues versus my female. I always, and this goes back a little bit to the competition sometimes I think that women have. Like I always felt there was a little bit of like, not every women, right?
Sure.
Like I've had a lot of like wonderful women colleagues that I love and have enjoyed working with. But there has always been more on that side that I felt like you always felt like there was like that competition or that, you know, everybody, they were looking to like one up you in some way, shape or form. Whereas I never felt that with my male colleagues. I just felt like I could just listen. This is what I think. This is what it is, and I could push that and feel comfortable with it and not feel judged. Hey, maybe they're judging me behind
right. No,
closed doors. I don't know. I don't care. But
who knows? Yeah,
it's just a comfortableness.
Do you think it's part of? I mean, maybe here's a draft hypothesis. Do you think it could be something along the lines of, you know, we all read about how women have to do things twice as hard, twice as fast, twice as good. And I'm paraphrasing, right? And I'm generalizing, so please just bear with me. But at the end of the day, you know, opportunities are historically more scarce for females. We have historically made less money, and we are historically far more competitive for fewer positions at higher levels in an organization at which we all are. So I have felt the same thing, Lise. Like, you at times are intimidated by the women who are in those roles because maybe they've had to be more fierce. Maybe they've had to be bitchier. Maybe they've had to be meaner and more cutthroat to get where they are versus some of their male counterparts. And
but I've never understood that because I've always felt like I wanted to, I don't know, I always felt like I was not like that.
Yeah.
I can't see a world in which you would be like that.
I couldn't even know.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's some people are just so fierce about it. And it's just so
I can tell you I work with people, though, that would literally claw your face off to get that next title and get that next position. And it's well known that they would. And it's well known that literally that's their highest motivation. And I would offer that there are people like that in every industry, and male and female. However, I tend to agree that there are, at least in my experience, more females that are like that. And, you know, I think about one boss that I have had in my most recent organization, and he is just one of the most uplifting human beings who you feel at all times has your back. And, you know, I started a group called Women in Oncology in my organization. And we started off with 17 people, and it was all about like, hey, how do we get together? How do we lift each other up? Same kind of thing, right? It's grown to 250 people or so, like throughout the entire organization, medical, commercial, you know, global, US, you name it. And this gentleman was just perpetually a sponsor. What do you need? How can I help you? What do you need? He would always give opening remarks, and they would be like beautifully crafted, just such a good speaker, right? Such a proponent. And then you switch to other people and other leaders who are not that. And you're striving to continue the funding for a program that's so well beloved, and continue this and continue that. And it's like, well, we lead this program. Well, that doesn't really contribute to the bottom line of the organization now, does it? And so you're constantly sort of fighting that uphill battle where you have like these wonderful people who support you, and then these other people who really don't get the value of that type of like support mechanism.
They don't understand it. That's why they feel threatened by it, or they feel they don't. They just don't understand the value, and that it has nothing to do with them, right? It is about,
and it's not threatening to them at all.
Yes, exactly.
And it would actually like empower their organization to be more connected, and
more productive.
Yeah.
Right.
Jinx.
Jinx.
Cheers. Okay, so how do we help people around us to speak up? Our kids, right? Our daughters, our friends, our coworkers. How do we teach them? Like I was talking about, you know.
But it's not always about speaking up, though. I think it's about being comfortable.
Truth, confidence,
right? The confidence, and it can be silent. It doesn't always. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's not always about just being loud and speaking out and all of that. Confidence. Like, how do you give the confidence of the voice? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be the loudest voice, but if you're comfortable within your voice, sometimes it's the people who don't say a lot, but when they do say something,
there's something worth listening to.
It's worth listening to.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I think that's in age and growth and maturity, is that the voice wasn't about volume, it was about strategy.
Yep.
Right? And it was about saying it's not that I just have to say something, it's something with purpose.
Yeah.
And knowing that is where there's value. I think that's what we can suddenly become comfortable with, right? Is that the reason why you should hear me is not just that I'm speaking, and to have my representation. It is that I am of value, and that you need a human being like me in this place, right? A woman, Black, 50, 45, 49, you need me. You need me here. I make a difference. And so here I am, and I think that I think for every, not just woman, but person, youth that's out there is looking for that part of yourself to say, this is why I need to be right here, right? To erase those, whether it is imposters, and we have a little background music.
Right? Are you hearing that?
I'm not sure.
I'm like, oh, I have a soundtrack.
And I honestly think it was fitting because it was very empowering female music.
I thought that was just me.
You all didn't hear it, there was music.
Wasn't it Miley Cyrus? I can buy myself flowers.
Now my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. Oh, but you know,
understand.
That's right. A very empowering song. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's about strategy. It's about saying that this is what I want, this is what I'm looking to do or change, and this is what I have to say about it. And it's worth hearing,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you guys grow up? About, like, I know we talked about, like, our parents being very, like, my mother is very dominant, right? And in her thoughts and, opinions and all of that. But like I had mentioned before, I grew up in that, like, kids are to be seen, not heard, and we were just kind of like always doing our own thing in the corner. But did you guys grow up with parents that kind of elevated, like, as a woman, you need to push, and speak up and, ask for what you want and all of that?
I'm an almost 50-year-old woman.
You're like, no. Every question you're going to say after this, no.
Just no.
What are you talking
Just
about?
Plain old no.
Right?
I mean, I'm
Do your
almost
work,
50.
get your good grades, and
thank you.
My dad still doesn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Still does not listen to me. The man is 77.
Or is that all parents? They just don't listen.
I don't know that it's all parents. I think maybe some people got different parents just in terms of empowerment or just ways of thinking. Like my dad, he was a Navy guy. He's kind of old school. He loves me. I know that. I love him. Yeah. I know that. He just has this very, like, Meg's going to do what I tell her to do, and she's not going to do anything other than that. And when I don't, he gets mad at me. Yeah. Like, he gets mad when I send him a birthday gift. I told you not to send me a birthday gift. I'm not opening it. And I'm like, well, cool. It's going to be with the 75 other ones in the fucking garage, Dad. But I'm still going to send you a present every single Christmas. Like, just these types of things where it's like, okay, who's the more stubborn one? But it was never. I never had a voice that was fostered.
Or encouraged, right? Like, I'm sure you're... Because I never grew up with, like, encouragement in that sense. Versus now, right? I think we all encourage our kids, to speak up, have a voice, ask for what you want. And I think about how I'm teaching my son as he's growing up versus how we were taught growing up. And I wasn't taught that. I had to learn it myself. I had to figure it out myself. And again, I didn't figure it out until I feel like I was, in college or beyond. But, and it was what I thought it was as I grew up. And I had to figure it out on my own. But it wasn't like somebody was telling me how to do it.
Do you think, though, that what you've learned and the voice that you have found Dare I say finding it? Yeah. I mean, I think it's true for everybody. But what you've been able to model for your son, what you've been able to model for your sons, Leia, like what I'm trying to model for my kiddos, it's different than the role models that I had.
Oh, yeah.
Like my mom was a stay-at-home mom most of her life and dabbled in things like real estate and whatever. And my dad was the one who worked day in, day out, and just like stereotypical family. It was a very different environment than what my kids have now, right? Single mom, working my butt off. I'm lucky to have a great job. I will speak up and say what's on my mind. I have shown my kids what a woman can do and be a top female earner in the top X% of whatever. And it's through hard work and dedication and finding that passion and speaking up and saying what's on your mind and doing the right thing. You guys do that day in, day out. Do you think it's frankly all about like who our role models are? Like if you had a mom like you, and not to disparage your mom is great. I love your mom, but not to disparage your mom, but to say like, okay, if your mom had like your job or your voice, and it's a generational thing. It's not in any way, shape, or form like, oh, she wasn't this or wasn't that. It's just generational, like where we are now and how we shape our kids now versus where we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when you were 15.
Yeah. Think about when you're 15.
It was more than 10 years ago. It was more than 10 years ago.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I just turned 21.
Leia, for the record, Leia is the baby of the group and likes to rub it in, even though...
What are you talking about? No, but I... I think that what you're bringing up in talking about example made me kind of retract to say there was teachings of having my voice because, and I've always loved this saying of more is caught than is taught, more is just by looking and watching the women around me. And again, my mother to start with, I mean, what a strength, what a force. My brother, I hope he won't mind me saying this. I think he has said it to her before, but he would always say, Mommy's she's like the ocean. It's beautiful. It can be serene. But if you don't know how to swim in it, it will drown you.
Oh my God.
She was a force. She's always been a force to be reckoned with. And absolutely, she was a model for all of us, sister and brother. So yeah, there's a reason, and I think for all of us, there are examples that we will certainly have to decide how we want to be seen in this world, and what we want people to think of our voice as well. Because in the end, isn't that what we're talking about? We're talking about what we're comfortable in, but a voice ultimately may only have its strongest meaning in the way it's perceived, right? In the way it's collected, right? So it's one thing, we're not just speaking out into the abyss. We're speaking out for it to be received, and that will then lead to whatever actions, consequences, again, that may come. So we've had those models to say that when you decide to share your thoughts and feelings a certain way, this is what it could look like. And I think, by example, I did certainly see that and kind of shape the way.
Yeah. I think we found our quote for this week.
I wrote it down.
I wrote it down. And that's, I would bet my next paycheck that Leia is going to have a good amount of the quotes. Okay, so here's...
that was good.
You are, as always, spot on and profound. And I think both of you... Sorry, I was doing my hair.
Come to the mic.
Lisa's yelling at me to come to the mic because I was... Okay, you want to know? I was having a hot flash. And I was trying to get my hair off my neck, and I leaned back for like a 10 seconds. And Mom over there is yelling at me. So, sorry, guys. I apologize.
You're wearing a heavy sweatshirt.
I know.
Next time, wear a tank top.
It's because I was at 7 hours of hockey today, for the love of God. Okay, so a question for you guys.
Question it up.
What makes our relationship, the three of us, so good and so real, right?
Amazing.
I mean, true.
Mic drop. That's it.
I will tell you from my perspective quickly.
Okay.
What makes us real as a quote unquote sisterhood? Why did we start this freaking podcast? This crazy idea. I can't get through life without the reality check that you guys give me on a daily basis. And maybe it's not daily. Maybe it's weekly. Maybe it's every 2 weeks. Because guess what? We're all freaking busy. And when one of us reaches out via text, like when I sent through the message, I'm like, thinking about you guys. I miss you. Those things, like that connectivity, what makes that real? What makes that spark last? And I think for me, it is, and I don't want to get emotional about it, but it's the ability to be my truest self around.
Can I say
both.
a word?
No.
Vulnerable.
What?
Yeah.
Vulnerability.
Teasing.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, I can
right?
be vulnerable. I can be my worst. I mean, my house is a freaking disaster. It looks like a circus. Ran through the freaking downstairs, and I was like, Jay was like, "Do you want me to vacuum?" I'm like, "No, it's fine." Like, they're not my friends because my house is vacuumed. They're my friends because of who we are as people, right? Mm-hmm. And there are so many things that I wish I was or could be. And when I'm with you guys, I feel like who I am is good enough. And I learn from the both of you all the time. And you keep me grounded and you keep me centered. And you tell me when I'm going fucking nuts. And you tell me when I'm over the top or maybe I need to worry more. And I think I could not be more grateful. And there's the inspirational music in the background.
Comes at the perfect time.
At least Jason's not snoring.
I don't know if it's getting
at least
picked
it's
up
not
by the
snoring.
mic, but it's hysterical.
I can hear it in my headphones.
No.
So guys, okay, a little bit of, as I'm waxing poetic about all of this in the background, because we're in my dining room right now.
I feel like you're in like a Hallmark movie. Right?
I do too. But you know what? Maybe that was like on purpose.
Super
so
cute. No.
Because I was like schmoopy.
No, but
and then the inspiration music.
To touch though, I just want to add to what you were saying because I feel like it's like a no judgment zone for me. Mm-hmm. Like exactly what you were saying. Like I feel like I don't know. Like you need good people in your life and good friendships that you just feel like you're not being judged and it's you just can be who you are. And that every time you leave the conversation or you leave those people, you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what I feel when I'm with you guys. Like,
that is the sisterhood you want.
Right?
And hopefully loved.
Those are the connections you want. Yep.
Like,
100%. 100%.
And
because
not everybody has that.
And not everybody has that. And personally, I experience outside of that too. I know what...
You have outside friends?
A few. Don't judge me. but it only...
Wait, I thought it was just us. What the hell? Oh my God.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, forget it. The podcast is over. I'm done.
But listen.
You've been voted off.
No, but right? I think that I know, and not to say that there has to be comparisons of what's stronger, but you, and it just happens, right? Because you work, you have kids that have friends and school settings, and there's so many different settings that you get to have different relationships that just you do compare. You do, and you say that exactly that, Lisa. It's like when I leave this space, I feel like I had to go to that and was fine. But then when I leave a space like what I get with you guys, it's just you just feel like your cup's been repoured. You feel like you're full again, like you're okay now. All right, I'm ready to go again. And if there's anyone out there who feels like they don't need it, I beg you to try it because you haven't then, because we all need our cup repoured. We all pour it out if we're living and having responsibility and trying to get our voice heard and trying to get certain places in life. We all have to pour it out a little bit. And if you have sisterhoods, brotherhoods, connections that pour into you, oh man, hold those dear.
Oh yeah,
because they are a real asset to
and you're going to go through people, I think, that
you thought
very good
they were,
right? Mm-hmm. And that's okay too.
Yep.
But just keep, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I'm the type of person, like, you meet people, you have friends, whatever, and then you meet those people.
Seasons.
And you're like, oh, okay, you're going to hold on to that one because I know that one makes me feel good.
For the record, she pointed at me.
Yes.
And Leia. Mm-hmm. It was me and Leia. She pointed too. Yep. For the record.
No, but it's so true. Like, as
everyone
you,
else
as
out
you
there
go through
who thought,
life,
no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, come on, I'm the comic relief. But you're
she pointed to me.
You know you did.
And she still wants to bring it back. She's like, you did, didn't you? Did you not?
It was me, wasn't it? It was me. I know it was me.
Can you write that down? Can you sign that?
In writing. I caught it on video. No, you guys.
Not everybody has that.
No.
And I feel like
so many people don't.
I've been lucky to have that with a couple friends throughout my groups of friends throughout my life, whereas, not everybody has. And I think it's important that you do that. And yes, I pointed to both of you just now.
I know.
Did you see that?
Yes, she did. But another example, so the kids' sports teams, right? Like, we've been a part of this one sports team for 8 freaking years at this point. And I'm still on the outside of this mom circle because they all grew up here and they've all been friends for 40 whatever years or 30 some odd years. And I'm on the outside. And I don't get to every game. And I don't get to every practice, and I don't get to every tournament because guess what? We're busy, we're working, we're doing other things. They are also busy working, doing other things, but their jobs don't take them away like mine does. No difference in whatever we're doing. Great, you've made the choices you made in your career. I've made my choices, but I get judged for it, clearly. Mm-hmm. And I've never been able to bust into that inner circle. And there is zero part of me that they actually know. Like, I am not me around this group of people that I've known for 8 years. So I'm like, oh, hey, nice to see you. And you just do the thing that you got to do to show up and be there. But as soon as I'm out, I'm out. Like, I'm out. And if any single one of them actually showed me any reciprocity of what I've tried to extend to be a part of that group because it's meaningful to my son or my daughter, I mean, I would open up, but not a single one of them has extended that branch. And it's very much that competitive piece that you talked about earlier. It's like, oh, the alpha. Who's going to be the alpha? And I sit back and I watch them like, oh, she's the alpha. And they're all in high school together and she's still the alpha. And you know what? I'm cool. And honest to goodness, I think that's an empowering thing. And that's a way of finding your voice. And my voice is like, I don't give a fuck about you guys. Like, do I respond in the group chat? No. Do I go to the group? No. Because you know what? I don't need you guys. You don't validate me. You guys do. Well, I have my people. Yeah.
I think it's very telling of people's character. Like those women, when somebody is not able to ask you questions about yourself, I think it's telling about somebody's character. I guess I find myself always asking questions and wanting to get to know somebody and understand somebody in order to connect with them. And I don't always get that back.
No.
And I feel like it's very telling of the other person and who they are, because they're very self-absorbed. They're not interested in getting to know me, which is fine. Not everybody has to love, everybody, or want to be somebody's friend, but it's just very telling of somebody's character. And I think that's very much so. Like, those aren't the type of people that you want to be engaged with, because they're not interested in getting to know you. They're interested in other things.
They're interested in judging and like holding things against, right? Or looking for ways to make themselves feel like they're better because they're there every practice or they're there, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think I'm just grateful for the two of you guys. Yeah. And candidly, we are grateful for our new followers as well. And knowing that we have recently launched this crazy idea into the world and are bearing our souls candidly into the ether a bit, right? We are trusting our folks who would choose to engage and listen with us in the hopes that you would find something in common with us and want to join our tribe a little bit. And, you know, at the end of the day, we all hope that us having the ability to sit and talk and share our experiences helps. And, you know, raise a glass with us, guys. Come and kind of join the fray with us.
Don't read the book.
Sit with a bunch of your friends. Exactly. Sit with a bunch of your friends and start conversations like this. And you know what? Tell your friends how much you love them and how grateful you are for them because they boost you up. But I think it's time. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for listening to Half Read. We hope you have enjoyed our discussion. And thank you. Please join us again for our next book-inspired conversation. And remember, our books are optional,
but the cocktails are required.
We're half read.
Bye, everybody.